For more, joining us live is Des Houghton, Courier Mail columnist and travel and wine editor. Des, great to see you as always. A very lengthy and in-depth article of yours today titled "Trump's Triumphs Enrage the Left." Where do we start here? Because you've got so much in it. If we're just talking about the executions, first of all, what are your reactions to that?
Well, obviously, Trump saved 800 lives overnight by saying, if you hang these people, we'll go in and you will pay for it. And they've backed off. This is the same Trump who people, a lot of the left despise, who has, created a ceasefire in Gaza, in Ukraine. He's brought the hostages home in Gaza. He got a standing ovation and loud cheers at Knesset last October when he went to Israel. He's done a lot of good things. He's liberated Venezuela, and he seems unstoppable at the moment. But you wouldn't know that if you were hooked into the left-wing media in Australia or in America, I'm told.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because regardless of people's thoughts or opinions on Donald Trump, he's the second president only in US history to be a president and then be out of office for 4 years and then become a president again. So again, like him or dislike him, he's certainly had a lot of experience.
Yes, he can be irritating, can't he? But he's certainly been effective. And more so too on the home front, where, he's taken a flamethrower to the progressive elites, especially in the universities, where he said they fostered anti-Semitism. They allowed Hamas to get a foothold and inculcate the students there. And he said the universities are run by Marxist maniacs. And, he's not kidding when he said he's cracking down. He's frozen $12 billion in federal funding to 600 universities. And these are big. These are Harvard and Cornell and UCLA. These are the elites. And he's saying, you smarten up yourselves, stop the transgender activism, stop the left-wing ideology teaching. Otherwise, you're just not going to get funded. And I think there's a good lesson in this for Australia, is there not?
Well, we can always have lessons. We never stop learning, do we? But in terms of, Des, what you have also sort of brought to this story, he talks about stopping 8 wars, doesn't he, in the first 8 months of his second presidency. I mean, that's a controversial topic in itself, but what do you think?
Well, it is an exaggeration, but some of it's only a slight exaggeration. He has been around the world quelling trouble in all sorts of hotspots. And, there's more to come. I think we've got to see what unfolds in Cuba. He doesn't like Colombia. There's drugs being manufactured there now since he smashed the Mexican cartels. There's drugs from Colombia coming into America. They say this is a good thing. So, he's put them on notice.
And your irritant of the week, we always love seeing that one. So Labor's net zero zealotry, subsidies to unreliable renewables, they're wrecking the energy industry and they're causing electricity prices to soar, Des.
Yes, this is, the Nationals dragged the Liberals kicking and screaming to get out, to abandon the net zero. But, the coalition is still hooked up to the Paris Agreement. Why? I don't know. Everyone knows the targets the Labor's targets are just not achievable. And we're spending billions to pay foreign nationals to tear up our country, to put down power lines and things. This is going to be a bigger story, and it will hurt Labor going forward. The Greens are already suffering because they're not talking about this part of it, and especially in my state of Queensland, is it any wonder people are flooding to One Nation?
Well, that is a very interesting point indeed. Last week here we were reading out, there was an exclusive News Corp poll, and I believe there was 2 million new voters to One Nation. That was pretty incredible to read.
I'll say now she's got 21%, Pauline. She will overtake the coalition in the poll soon. There you are.
Yeah,
I spoke to Barnaby Joyce yesterday at Boswell's funeral. And he's just amazed at the support from people at the from the LNP who are reaching out to him.
Yeah, it's going to be one to watch, that's for sure, especially when we see what's happening with states with gun laws and people's reaction and moving forward with the gun buybacks and the hate speech laws next week in Parliament. So much to talk about. We've run out of time as always, Des. Great to see you.
Thank you.